Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Talilo Marfil. I'm a hip hop artist residing in Portland, Oregon. I've been doing music professionally for a little over a decade now. I started rapping as a homeless youth in Portland and pretty much grew up at shelter and programs like OTF, and that's where I got a lot of my video knowledge is through Outside the Frame. They really put cameras in homeless youth hands and teach them to be the directors of their own lives, and that program really boosted my confidence at a time where I felt like I wasn't really worth anything. You know what I mean? So now today I'm an international artist. I've developed programs myself, and do a lot of work to decolonize and remember our roots and remember our connection to land, and then also try to find the connections in other communities, how colonialism has impacted us in various different ways. So a lot of the youth work that I do is rooted in decolonial efforts and to remind them of their ancestry and their own identity and their strength and the power of community. So with that, I want to get into the music video. And what I'll do first is show you an example of a music video that I've edited. Excuse me for all the tabs. My mind just works like that. So if you go to YouTube, and I'll just show you a little portion of it. I edited this going back to the Philippines. This is my family in the Philippines.
We keep it close with a smile upon the face. We still got the telephone on us. With the ocean, raising ourselves to goddess, blazing to the pain and wounds. That's why they go to sleep for body. Kung magato ang mulat sa Amerika, yung Pilipinas, bulit at tunang malayas sa flowing tula. Sa akal mga tao, hindi naman mas kailan na parang isang tingnan. Sa amin, we extend the way to the front. Like that's wow. That's this for the family. And like saying the back up.
So there's a little example of some of the editing that I've used to make that video. What we'll be working on is Adobe Premiere, and I have some of these files are from the music video we shot with Mike Crenshaw, Wasla, and myself, and this in collaboration with MERP. So I'll show you a little bit of what I've got so far, and then we'll work from there.
See, playing up the cool, and listen, this is what I hard environment status, but no nutrition now. Check it better, we'll put on it down. Feeding the swallow, hoping to go now. From the youth, we ain't had the truth. Disconnected for the roots, we ain't had the proof. They consumed every part of the food we grew now. Just because they want to profit off you. In every hood, it isn't got the right to feed the addiction to feed us off with the kill. Rather be selling the description, division, wishing the mission, division isn't the book of we gotta be coming together by building that resiliency. Earth holding the lessons of ancestry.
Okay, so that was the first verse, and what I did to cut that up is I took 3 clips. You can tell that there's a wide shot, a close-up. There's also this shot down here. That's the wide, this is the mid, and these are the close-ups. So the first step to editing a music video, in my opinion, everyone has different tactics, but it's always getting the performance shots down first. So what we'll do is I'll show you an example of this by cutting up Mike's verse.
Pass through your lips.
His verse starts at 125. You can put a marker there if you want for M. You can press M to help you remember that. Even pull it back a little bit more. This is how you zoom in. Little cursor at the bottom. So it's right there. And then what you do, now that that marker's there, right, you can see his wave files right here. You can pull this down to have a better look at him. So the what is right here. What? See that? So you can put that marker even closer and get real surgical with it. And it's really important to do this because you want to be able to match up his lips to the audio. So first we're going to do a wide shot. Oops. First we do a wide shot. What I do is I double click on the file. I'll pull this over here. And then I'll look at where he says that word whatsoever. So let's go through it. So what, the first word is what. I've already marked it right here. So the way that you mark it is you press I. See right there he says what. And then let's see how long this goes to. So it's done right there. I press O, the letter O, to create this in and out. So you can take what you want from the clip and not take the whole thing. So let's see how good this does with bringing it to that marker. That's pretty good. It could do a little better though, so we're gonna zoom in a little bit more and blow this up a little bit more too, so we can see his lips to see if they match. It's really annoying when you watch a music video and the mouth doesn't match the song. You know what I mean? So let's go a little bit closer.
Whatsoever make pass through your lips, the water, the juice, or the booze that you sip. Who you kiss, holy scripts, the words that...
So what I would do is drag it to the right a little bit.
You whisper the jewels that you spit. Think about what you put in your mouth. Does it build you up or is it breaking you down? What about the words that come out?
So it seems like a little bit more. What also you can do is take the snap off so that it doesn't like go over in seconds, you know what I mean?
What is meant, the intent of you making the sound?
So the sound is going that way. I'm gonna get this right. Here we go. This saves a lot of time too when you use these markers.
The sound, mom made the forest to strengthen and nourish. We forge in the forest from birth to restore us. Put in the time and the earth will provide. We harvest the garden and one should be starving. Seed to the leaves to the tree we align. The food that we eat feeds our hearts.
That's pretty good. Okay, so we got that one down. What I'll do is put the snap back on, because once you move these files, you want to make sure that it stays at 0 or you're going to lose your place. So I'll use this for the wides, and now we're going to do the mids. Let's see where he starts right here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring this in. I think I already did the marker for that one too. So we'll bring this in. Oh, another thing that's important is once you connect it, you want to unlink this. So you right click on the file and you unlink it, or the clip, and you unlink it, and then you can delete the audio, because you really don't need anything but this music video audio. Okay, so right there whatsoever. So I'll put an I right there. Let's go towards the end. No one behind, from the root to the twine. I like that hand movement, so I'm gonna keep that. Press the 0. Now let's see if it matches up.
Whatsoever make pass through your lip.
It's a little off, so we're going in again. And we're gonna move this a little forward.
Whatsoever may pass through your lips, the water, the juice, or the booze that you sip.
It's a little off still, taking the snap off and going more microscopic with it.
Who you kiss, holy scripts, the words that we whisper, the jewels that you spit. Think about what you put in your mouth.
Yeah, that looks good.
Breaking you down. What about the words that come out? What is meant, the intent of you making a sound?
Okay, just for the sake of time, because I can also put this one in too, but we'll just go back and forth between these two clips. So what I do next is I take out the parts that I like, or I take out the parts that I don't like. So what I prioritize is hand movement, clarity of image, and if it just looks cool, you know what I mean? So let's go into it.
Whatsoever may pass through your lips, the water, the juice, or the booze that you sip.
That was a little messy to me, this right here, with the camera. So I'm gonna press C. I'll turn the snap back on so it cuts. You press the C right there.
The water, the juice, or the booze that you sip.
Okay.
Who you kiss?
I'm gonna take all that out. You press V to select again, and then press delete, and then it'll cut that out. Sorry, forgot to unlink. I'll link this too. Delete the audio. Okay, now let's go to the next part.
Yes, holy scripts, the words that we whisper, the jewels that you spit. Think about what you put in your mouth. Does it build you up or is it breaking you down?
Like all that.
Breaking you down. What about the words that come out? What is meant, the intent of you making a sound? Mommy.
I like that turn, but before that, I'm gonna cut the rest out.
Mommy, the forest is strengthened and nourished. We forge in the forest from birth to restore us. Put in the time and the earth will provide.
His mouth isn't matching right there, so
Put in the
we're gonna cut that part out. Cut that.
Put in the time and the earth will provide. We harvest the garden and one should be.
Let's go right here.
Starting. Seed to the leaves to the tree we align. The food that we eat feeds our hearts and our minds. Free to the leaf and no one behind. From the root to the fruit with the truth and the talk.
Okay, I'm gonna push this back. Now this is what we got all together. Let's see what we got all together.
Whatsoever may pass through your lips, the water, the juice, or the booze that you sip. Who you kiss, holy scripts, the words that we whisper, the jewels that you spit. Think about what you put in your mouth. Does it build you up or is it breaking you down? What about the words that come out? What is meant, the intent of you making a sound? Mommy, the forest is strengthened and nourished.
You see how that went from, look at this, this is a good point to make right here.
Of you making a sound. Mommy, the forest.
See his hand movement at the bottom of this one. This clip right here had a hand movement. So he's doing this hand movement. We'll try to make the hand movement match this other one too. See, it's kind of moving at the same time. Let's see this. Yeah, if you follow the hand movements, there's smoother transitions. You know what I mean?
Whoever may pass through your lips, the water, the juice, or the booze.
So with the booze right here, could go into that.
The water, the juice, or the booze that you sip.
Gonna go in there a little bit more. So that's another thing, is always like prioritize hand movements when you think about transitions when it comes to music videos.
The water, the juice, or the booze that you sip.
See, just like that.
Holy scripts.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to what I cut so that we can get into more of the gritty transitions. I have downloaded this thing called, it's kind of a transition program or file, and you can hit up Tim to get a copy of it, but it's called CinePunch, and I've already downloaded in here, and what you'll be able to do is go into effects, presets, and it'll give you all these transitions. So for instance, I'll show you a little example.
Seed planted, but cool, but the conditions wet. Hot environment status, but no nutrition there. Check it better with what I wrote down. Feeding the soil, hoping to grow now. From the youth, we ain't had a truth. Disconnected from the roots, we ain't had a proof. It consumed everybody.
That's going a little, I want to transition out of that one. So what we're going to do, I want to make it a little shorter too. what we'll do is maybe look at these dream drops. Let's do fast out. You can choose the speed of it. So fast out will be, you put it on the end of it. It will make it red, and you might have to, if your computer can't handle like the processing speed for it, you can render it. See, it won't really show that much. So what you do is you click on it, you go up to sequence and render selection. It'll render it really quick, and it'll be a lot more smoother. It'll be longer the more you render, so the more that you render, it'll be a longer process to smooth it out. See, there you go, right there. So that's a cool little transition. Say for instance, also you don't really like the full transition, maybe like that bubble. You can go into these effects on the left side. Make sure that you press effects control. I usually have it in yeah, you can click up here. You can go into editing, and then it'll give you like everything you need to do what you need to do in terms of getting the right panels so that you can edit a music video. So you can take these effects off, like that one. You can shut that off and see what it looks like. Okay, not sure what that did. Maybe it's a transform with that blur at the end. Let's see. Sphere. So we take the sphere out. There you go. Does look like a little blur. Let's do the turbulent displacement. Gotta render it one more time. Looking at the front of roots, we ain't had a proof. This music video is really fun to make. Big shout out to MERP and for just pressing and pushing the. Yeah, I like that. This pushing this urban farming and food sovereignty and having us involved with this project. It's a really important issue, and we're glad to add our voice to it. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see what this looks like after that. So I feel like after that, there should be like a transition into the next thing. So I'm gonna see what's next after that. I feel like we need something close up. So I'm gonna put this one right here. Go to the effects again, right? And then we're gonna put the same effect on the end part, on this part right here, to see what that looks like. Well, that didn't really do anything. Let's try this one. Interesting. Didn't work. Oh, I had it muted the whole time, so you gotta pay attention to these little quick buttons right here. Okay, so once you put it right here, we'll render that and see what it all looks like. Render selection. Render selection. Yeah, like that. So you see both of these. It goes blind. So what I'll do instead of that, you can delete these out, right? It has a more smooth transition. Render this section. There's a lot of rendering when it comes to adding these effects. Yeah, we're planning to drop this music video in November. There we go, looking good. Okay, so that's an example of a transition. I'll do one more that doesn't require, like some of these don't require a lot of rendering. Like these glitches are fairly like simple effects. Never mind, not that one. Some of these camera shakes, I think. Glitch camera, let's see. Oh. Interesting. I guess they're all gonna require a little render. Glitch swipes. Yep, okay. Well, we'll just do one more. I'll put some random ones here and there. Do a camera shake right there. We'll move this over here. Let's do another. Let's do a fade blur out on this one right there. Oh, that didn't have it. That's cool. Okay, and then do another glitch in on this part. So with those two, we'll render those and then see what that looks like. And then we'll get into some color grading. So yeah, this music video is going to be dropped in November. And it'll be good to, there's some native shots of indigenous people dancing. And then also I'm an indigenous artist too, and I think November is a good time to drop this in terms of Indigenous Peoples Day is coming up on Thanksgiving. So be on the lookout for this music video. If you want to practice editing this footage, I've came up with some stock or some footage that you can play with just to practice, and you can reach out to Tim for that as well. You see that? That looks sick. Watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna play it from the top.
See planet the poop and the conditions where hot environment status but no nutrition now. Try get it better with what I wrote down. Feeding the soil, hoping to grow now. From the youth, playing how the truth. Disconnected from the roots, we ain't had a poof. It consumed every part of the food we grew now. Just because they want to profit of you. In every hood it is a gift, they rather feed it the addiction to feed us all with the cure. Rather be selling the prescription, the vision, wishing the mission, division isn't the work of we. Gotta be coming together by building that resiliency.
Okay. That looked tight. One more time.
The vision, wishing the mission, division isn't the work of we. Gotta be coming together by building that resiliency. Earth holding the lessons of ancestors.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is a light color grade. What you can do for color grading is in this same Cine Punch, you can find a folder called Let Master, and it could give you examples of what it would look like. I like the way this one looks right here, so, or maybe not that one. Let's go a bit more. There's a lot of options to choose from. I'm gonna go something more gold with a gold tint. So and what you can do is turn the intensity down of it. Let's go right here, turn the intensity down. Let's see, intensity right here. Turn it down a little bit. You can also go to basic correction and press auto. Add its own little flavor to it and then work from there. So one of the things that I make sure of is that it's not like the whites aren't super blown out, you know what I mean? But it really comes down to what you're going for, you know? Yeah, add some color to it. See what this looks like. Let's do a more gold tint on it. Should look like that. There you
In
go.
the video, so with the camera, let me tell them the description of it.
So what you can do with that color grade is you can take it, Command C on a Mac, I think Control C on a PC, and you can copy it to everything that has the same shot in the same like lighting, you know what I mean? So if I were to press Command V, see what I'm saying? It gets it. So you can do it for every performance scene, including mics over here, and it'll still look dope. See? So let's do it for the rest of them. Oops. Delete one. Boom. Now it has that. Now it has that golden look. You can even try to do it to like these ones too. These are drone shots, but you might need to work on them a little bit more because they're shot with a different camera. So to match the other one, the auto didn't make it look good. You might need to turn up the contrast on it a little bit more, turn down the highlights so it pops out the shadows, and maybe increase some of the blacks, or decrease some of the blacks so it'll look close to the other footage, you know what I mean? This one too is kind of blue, so we'll go in there and maybe turn up the intensity on this one. Let's see, intensity, yep. Good. It's not really doing it. Let's go into auto. Nope. Okay, so we're just gonna have to play with it manually. Increase the blacks, up the contrast, so it gives that cinematic look. Maybe make it a little bit more orange. Yep, and then you can take this one, since it has a different treatment, you copy this one to the ones that are close in resemblance to that one. There we go. This one's a little blown out though, so some of them need different treatments. Take the whites out, maybe less exposure. There we go. Okay, and this one right here can be copied to this one right here. There we go, looking better already. Okay, there's a little color grading right there, and then the last thing that I want to show y'all is to use some of this stock footage. You go into the B-roll file, get into stock footage.
Witnessing this is where hot environment spread has been no nutrition now. Check it better with what I wrote down. Beating the soil, hoping to grow now. From the youth, playing how the truth. This connected from the roots when you had a proof.
I like where it says disconnected from the roots when you had a proof. So I'll probably put a stock footage of this thing right here. You can go through these and play with them, but you can add like little things right there that will accent
Disconnected from the roots when you had a proof. It consumed every part of the food we grew now.
Okay, so this one I'll put right up here. Okay, and what you do when the file is too small, you want to boost it up. You go to effects control and just go to scale, and then there's a part on here where I talk about disconnected from the food. You can put something about food being processed there. Boom. Feed into addiction. You can use something like this. You can use stock footage with the bottle and the pills, just to bring it to life a little bit more, you know what I mean? Scale that up. Boom. And then lastly, for these, well, I'll render those and run back to them so that you can see what it looks like. And then you can apply your transitions to them in the way you want with those presets. But this one right here, so it's moving a little bit, but what I would do is I'd put animation on it, and the way you do that is you press this scale right here. It gives it this little marker. You push a scale on position, and what I usually do is I'll move the scale so that the camera is moving, so it's not as boring when, look, you'll see an example right here. So there's some, even if it's subtle movement, it'll be less boring. You also can move it more. Yeah, you can move it more. You can keep it moving too. Like say for instance you want to zoom in and then you want to zoom out right after that. Zoom in and zoom out right before it hits the transition. Boom. Push that way, this way, and then see what it looked like all together. Yeah, that looks sick. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is render this, and you can see the full everything that we've done so far: color grading, transitions, putting in the stock footage, and then, you know, making sure that the lyrics in the audio match the video performance as well. And yeah, that's pretty much, you do that throughout the whole song, and that's pretty much the music video. The only other thing that would be missing is putting text at the beginning, you know, and that would be a different lesson because that takes some time. So yeah, be on the lookout for this music video. November, it's gonna drop, hopefully mid-November. It'll be posted on the MERP page. It'll be posted on my Instagram and social media. Mike and Tony Hill and Wasla. It's going down. Hopefully y'all like the music video and the song. It has a lot of good energy and medicine around it, so I'm really excited about the drop. Okay, if you have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Tim can give you my email address, and much love. Thanks for having me, y'all. MERP.